grateful for your love. Yeah. No one can do the things you do for me. Yeah. No one else but you. Never thought that you could love someone like me. Give up your life for me, yeah. You even go on and call me your very own. So grateful for your love.
Yes.
No one can do the things you do for me.
Yes, once again, we are in the studios of Edinkra Radio. Our listeners, it's because of you, that's why we are here. Please kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel and also follow us on Facebook Live. This is Edinkra Radio. Once again, greetings to all our audience, those listening around. We're presenting to you once again the Front Desk Show, which is a political show. Once again, we are here with new vibes, and I have with me here my wonderful two guests, Honorable Abdul Latif. He's going to be like a co-host and also slash CPP. Then once again, I have the privilege also to present to you Honorable Mazu, the NPP Communications Director. And ebeye butu. Wanda mofia moshiake nyenkwe Edinkra Radio. Osmonye sane. Yedda wona se bebre do koda wo hwe Edinkra Radio. Then me guest e bien na me won share wa hade Oye Honorable Latif our head in Honorable Mazu from the NPP. Yeah, about the chunk morning at church, Yama all Kodu ye krum or Ghana. Na also drink chair one also I can. Number two, you always have the right to call in, and when I open the phone lines, it's going to be 917-340-7744. You can always call in to contribute. You are part of the discussion. I'll now turn on my guests so that they will do their short introduction like we always do as a family. Honorable Mazu.
Hey. What's up?
Yes, sir.
Najana koso.
Agora this is koso.
Ya danya ko pass. Week na saba.
Sir.
Ya saba share awo Adinkra.
Sir.
Menu ya Abdul Latif.
Yeah.
So me catch out the bia Abdul Latif Moro dear. Well menu I have a sentimental trust in him.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Thank you. Daniel Latif.
Yeah.
Anya na go.
Also yeah. And then Yami said yeah. I feel or week na kwa abeche. I be bobo afa politics across where my any areas are finding near who has a program near part of it. Yeah, who say your listeners no ebe follow ye na oma make comments na suggestion bi o mo bi say be a program be successful no is welcome. Take me that.
Thank you. Thank you. You know, I think that now we'll quickly dive in. Our topic for today is the NPP vision, achievement, and why do you want people to vote for NPP? But before we start, let's start with the IPAC meeting. I think on May 27th, there was an IPAC meeting that unfortunately, the NDC party were not able to attend due to one or two circumstances. And I think they also NDC omodi electoral commission omodi court said there's no need for a new registered vote. there's no need for a new register. Let's use just 3 minutes just to warm up, and we can summarize or we can just epitomize this for our listeners. So I will start with you, Honorable Mazu.
Also, issues concerning the Electoral Commission and the NDC vis-a-vis election 2020, we have had a lengthy discussion about it every single week, because that is one of the burning issues that are resurfacing in our part of the country. And indeed, every week we've made it a point to be discussing prominent issues pertaining to how to promote and project the Ghana democracy, which has been a beacon of hope for other countries to emulate. And indeed, anything that is going to disrupt the good democratic journey that we have built for ourselves must be resisted, and be resisted very well through all necessary means, especially using the legal system. So I have no problem whatsoever about what you have just said about the fact that NDC has dragged the EC to court. I said here time again and time with a number that this is not the first time that an institution called a political party has dragged the EC to the law court, especially when it comes to the democratic journey of our country. NPP is notoriously noted for that. We have done that a couple of times. So if today we are hearing NDC, after they have embarked on needless demonstration, have thought it wise to resort to the use of the legitimate means by the court, I think that is very, very welcoming. I told you, immediately after 1992 election, NPP protested against the use of opaque ballot box and the use of ID, voters ID with that voters card with that photo ID. We pressed, the government didn't understand us. I think we took it to court, and the court ruled in favor of NPP as at that time. And then there were two things. There was another issue. Presidential and parliamentary elections were held separately. NPP didn't reason with that. We took it to court, and then they ruled. And today we are having parliamentary and presidential election held simultaneously. Likewise, when it came to the issue of the use of biometric voter, equipment, even though that didn't, the NDC during the regime of Atamis reasoned with NPP, so we didn't take it to court. So today, all what I'm trying to say, before the eruption of this COVID-19, you remember NDC embarked on demonstration in Tamale, they replicated in Kumasi, some were held in Accra, a lot of activities. So today, if we are hearing that they have finally agreed to send the case to court for a court to arbitrate properly in order for us to understand what are they seeking to the court. They are seeking an order for the EC to restrain the decision to the use of only Ghana card and then passport. You know, EC has come out with modalities that she wants to adopt, or the commission wants to adopt, in taking the new voters registration. They have spelled out, if you have the Ghana card, the ID card, which people are now registering, if you have it, that would be one of the ingredients that an individual who wants to get himself registered will use. Another thing is passport. Now the NDC sent the matter to court to restrain the Electoral Commission from adopting that particular distance in compiling the electoral voter registry. They are also praying for the court to also direct the EC to include all the existing voters ID card. What this means is that previously, if you have voters ID card, either the one that was immediately used in 2016, it should be another ingredient that should be added to the passport picture and then the Ghana card. Their NDC is also calling for a total declaration of whether the EC can only revise the existing register, the new voter. What this thing is also means is that what they want the court to rule are three major items. One, whether the EC has jurisdiction to revise the current voters register. Number two, they should direct the EC to also include the existing ID card. If you have 1992, that has revised in 1996, and it has also been revised in 2000. So they keep on revising it until 2016. So if you have, for instance, I have voters ID card of 2016. I don't know whether my brother has it. 2016 ID card.
No, I don't have it.
Very good. I have it here with me. So for instance, NDC, what the NDC is praying for the court to do is that if you have that particular voter ID card, it should be one of the components or ingredients that will be added to the passport and then the Ghana card. But EC is insisting that these two items should be used. Just in case you don't have it, you can now produce 3 individuals to serve as what? Guarantors.
I think it's 2. Now it's 2.
2. Okay. Whatever be it. You see, now also, when you ask my take, personally, if I'm not even speaking as a communication director of NPP, for us to have a better understanding of the whole existing laws, you see, sometimes we need to be a little bit circumspect. NDC need to soften their stand. Also, for instance, they have boycotted the IPAC meeting. Go to the IPAC meeting, sit with them, rule out all the necessary activities that you have. This is not the first time NDC has boycotted IPAC meeting. You remember last 2 weeks they boycotted it, and just this week, within 2 days ago, they held another IPAC meeting. PNC and NDC decided to refrain from the meeting. That is not, appropriately right. Go to the meeting, table out what you have just said, convince them, because democracy is an exercise that needs to be jaw rather than war. I remember what one politician said, J.F. Kerry, that is the former Secretary of State. This intransigent position of EC, NPP, NDC is not going to help matters. Go to the table, bring all the issue together so that you dialogue, spell out. EC, this is the reason why we are saying, if you limit the registration exercise to only Ghana card and passport, you are going to disenfranchise a lot of people. Eloquently express yourself. EC, we want you to take into consideration the fact
that... just to cut in, I think, there must be a reason. That because some of the reasons that NDC is talking about is the double track IPAC meeting. Because you could see that according to the executive order that the president issued, the gathering should not be more than 25. So they feel like it's supposed to be 25. And in Ghana, we have almost about 27 parties.
Political parties.
Right. But it's 17. It's only 17
registered
that attended the meeting. So what they try to do is like the EC divided, all those who came into 2 groups, and they were saying that's why PNC also get upset. They got upset. Why is it that we're going to have a meeting and it's like it's various views? So let's take it. Maybe we are 25 in the room. My views can, your views can, we can vote on it, and at the end of the day we come into a compromise that this is what we want to do. When you divide us into 2, it means that maybe the strongest voices are on one side and maybe the weaker voices are on the other side. So with me and with you being a very smart and intelligent person, you know that if you're holding a meeting and you divide it into 2, you cannot really come into a consensus, the concrete. But I do agree with you, and sometimes they're talking about the place of holding the meeting is a small place because it's like time and often again.
Now, Mr. Osoja, I think NDC. Well, I don't sympathize for them. You should get.
Oh no, I understand you. But what we're trying to
I understand.
We're trying to come into a compromise
that
they have a reason.
No, they have a reason, but let's look at the reason, whether that reason is cogent. Whether that reason is plausible, whether that reason is tenable. They are building their argument on malnourished reasons. One, we are not in normal times. The NDC and you and I are acutely aware about the current situation that has engulfed the entire world. So if the EC is coming out with safety mechanism in order not to get infested with this COVID-19. Is that a problem?
Okay.
You're talking about another, you raised two issues.
Yeah.
One, about the double tracking. So how bad is it? How bad is it? If they are dividing the party, all the registered political party into two, attend this time so that these are safety protocols that the EC have adopted. Number two, you're talking about the place of the meeting. Does the NDC want the EC to hold an IPAC meeting at their head office? You cannot direct for the EC. Please, let's understand that Article 36 of the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana is clearly unambiguous about the neutrality and impartiality of the EC. Let's give them the room to operate and come out with the credible issues.
Thank you.
I am going to tell you what our former president said when he was a president. He told the poor people of Ghana.
For the sake of time, let me quickly jump to
not a problem.
General Amazu. General Amazu. General Latif, what is your take on this?
Yeah, thank you once again for the opportunity offered to express my view regarding issues happening back home. And I would like to I would like to seize this opportunity to express my condolence to the brave family, that's George Floyd. We all know what the news is concerning the unfortunate death of our brother far away in Minnesota. And I think it's unfortunate what we're witnessing this in 21st century. And to add up, I would like to appeal to the protesters to calm down, protest politely or diligently in sort of what they are doing. It's not the best when it comes to seeking justice, because you can't contradict yourself in the course of seeking justice. That is just by the way. On the issue of NDC dragging the EC to court, honestly, I'm very happy for the first time that the leadership of NDC have decided to forward the issue to the court to seek justice. I think whatever response that is going to come out of that, once they've exhibited to be law-abiding citizens by following the right channel, they will accept the verdict in good faith. The next thing that I would like to say, from an independent point of view, like I said earlier, since last week, I still maintain the position that based on the situation at hand, the decision for a new voter register, to me, is not right for the country. And I'm quoting what Honorable Kokuba said. To him, he said, as a realist, he doesn't think Ghana should be worrying itself with a new voter register, considering the situation at hand. And from other sources, for instance, a poll that was carried out by Ghana Web that showed figures around 86% that were not in support of the idea of the new voter register. These are all stakeholders, but they don't have the absolute authority to decide the way forward. We would like to be seen as something else instead of being the beacon of democracy. That is my take on that.
Abdulatif, what advice do you have for the likes of Benamona who are beating war drums here and there?
Yeah.
So, for instance, if the EC, all right, having listened to both arguments, finally conclude that, listen, we got to do our job. We have a new voter registration agenda to accomplish, and they go ahead and do it. People are threatening that they are going to be a mayhem. What is your advice to them?
Yeah, my advice to other stakeholders, that is, be it CPP, PNC, NDC, or whatever.
Yeah, you mean like all the political parties.
This is not the time to incite the public or incite the people or beat war drums. Let's channel our grievances on the right channel, or send our grievances to the right courtesies, seek for justice. But once we start beating war drums, indirectly, it's more or less like we don't even have confidence in the very grievances that we have.
So this is what we were telling as an NPP, we believe in the rule of law, Latif. We were telling our compatriot, listen, this thing,
so
if it becomes...
I think I'll quickly jump in here. Thank you for your presentation. But I think according to the EC, why new registration is needed is because the machine can crash. They should have changed the data center in 2016. And experts also say transferring the data center to a new system can also crash. Building a new internal capacity that we can manage ourselves, because at the end of the day, whatever we have was not being controlled by us. We have these Israelis, but you know, sometimes we say that Ghana maybe we're a joke because we have KNUST, you know, Kwame Nkrumah in Science and Technology, and there are certain things that we cannot build ourselves. We always have to depend on people. And we're talking about security. How do you talk about security if someone is sitting somewhere and managing your system for you?
Also, yeah, let me chip in. That's where the idea of CPP comes in. We should be self-reliant. That's what we fail to do. And I hope with this brouhaha, we'll start to realize the need to be self-reliant. And my issue on the system, what is the guarantee that the new system will still be good?
Oh, actually, I think with that one, you can't say until the system is in and there's a problem with the system. Then you can talk about that.
No, also, let me chip in here.
Yeah.
You see, sometimes it pains me when MPP supporters, we tend to be spokesperson for the EC. It pains me, you understand. But the fact is that we have no other luxury of alternative than to do the work of EC for them. Listen to the argument of the EC. You see, the NPP before 2016 election, we were still in doubt of the credibility of the voter register. We press it. Salat Osai didn't reason with us. We went into the election, we won with that discredited election, no voter register, no doubt about that. Now you see what the NPP, what the EC is trying to do is that they want to introduce certain security features into the new
that one. I really said that, but the point is, if you talk about, you know, it was discredited, right? So the word discredited that you are using, but it was used to win an election. So does it mean that the current government is not a legitimate government?
No, you see,
I'm coming. And also, they created new district or new regions. It's the same. It's the same system that they used. They did a referendum. It's the same thing that they did.
Yeah,
They've been doing various DC elections. So it's the same. So you know, I just want us to be clear.
Yes.
You know, there's a need. There's a need for us to.
These are arguments that have been advanced by proponents of the opponents of the new voter register. It is legitimate argument. The fact that we use it for the creation of the new region in the referendum doesn't make it sacrosanct. The fact that we use it in the district 11 by election doesn't make the voter register sacrosanct. Are you trying to tell me, in terms of importance, the disassembled election can be superior or equal in terms of magnitude to presidential election? No.
Yeah.
They cannot. You see, the issue is that we keep on telling people that let's build upon a credible nation called Ghana. Mr. Osoja, I think inshallah we are winning the election. The fact is that Osoja, I keep on telling you, NPP is notoriously noted for improving the electoral system of our country. As I speak to you now, NDC cannot, from 1992 to date, cannot mention an atom of credibility that they have added into our voters or electoral reform. All the major electoral reform that Ghana has witnessed are brainchild of the NPP. So today, if we are saying that the AC should go ahead, compile a new voter register, I can show you pictures of Togolese who have found their names into voter register of our country. I can still show you those things.
So let me quickly ask you this question. Do you remember one of the Togolese, I think one of Togo's presidents, one of his son, there was a time that they had wanted to repatriate him, and he sent the case to the Supreme Court because he had Ghana's birth certificate. And the Supreme Court ruled for him because though his father is a president in Togo, but he is also a citizen of Ghana because he was born in Ghana. So, you know, when you talk about the birth, you know, the birth and birth and death, you know, that was yes. talking about, I think, Article 65. It talks about anyone who is born in Ghana.
We're talking about ways that you're trying to talk about ways of somebody becomes a citizen of a country.
No. The reason I'm chipping in is those Togolese that you're talking about. It could be that people were from Togo, but they were born in Ghana. Listen, I'm talking about dual citizenship.
No, Ghana, we don't subscribe to dual citizenship.
Okay.
No.
But the point is, if someone is born in Ghana, so my question is, if someone is born in Ghana.
Yes. He's a Ghanaian.
He's a Ghanaian.
If you are born in Ghana,
that's exactly what I'm saying.
Take your time and let's educate
no
our
problem.
listeners.
Okay.
Now, also, Ja,
yes, sir.
We have some guidelines. When an individual is able to meet those guidelines, he has automatically become a Ghanaian.
Yes, some requirements. Yeah.
Now, citizen by birth. If you are born in Ghana, you have become a Ghanaian. Whether your parents are Ghanaians or not, the child has become a bona fide property of a country called Ghana. Now, if you naturalize, you are from Benin, Togo, or America, then you naturalize to become a citizen of Ghana. You have denounced the citizenship of different countries and you have embraced the citizen of Ghana. Naturalization.
Yeah.
2, by marriage. If you get married, you have naturally become a citizen of Ghana.
Yeah.
So the argument you are trying to put across is that yes, we can have people who are born into Ghana, but they relocated elsewhere. They are still a Ghanaian.
That's
if
correct.
you are able to produce beyond reasonable doubt about their allegiance, about documentation to prove that they are Ghanaian, no foul means about that. But you see,
and how do you prove? And how do you prove beyond reasonable doubt?
No, by issuing up a birth cert.
Yeah, that's what exactly.
That's what I'm saying. By issuing up a birth cert, we have no problem.
Thank you.
So the issue I raise here is that we have people who have found themselves in the register of Ghana at the same time in the register of Togo. But you see, Ghana, we have not subscribed to dual
citizenship.
Yes. So if you are a Togolese,
I know about ROPA.
I think we have.
Not yet. It has not yet materialized because ROPA.
No.
You're talking about ROPA,
also,
right?
they are not the issue of. I think what we are here to clear is concerning voting. Why you can apply for a dual citizenship to hold a dual citizenship in Ghana, but as to whether you be able to vote, that means we've not been able to clear that.
Listen to me here. You cannot have a restricted citizen.
You know why? Let me chip in. Just as we have the issue of some Togolese still having Ghanaian citizenship, just a few days ago there was an issue on social media. There was sometimes I don't want to place so much emphasis on that concerning President Akufo-Addo's cousin, which is Gabi Ochidakun, who happens to hold British passport, and there was an information that he is also a voter in Ghana. So in this scenario, it's much more similar to the case of the people in Togo who are also citizens of Ghana.
Okay, so I think for the sake of our time, let's quickly.
This is our own program.
I got you.
But let me try to clear some.
Okay, but it should be short.
Yeah, very short.
Today has so much to cover today.
Yes, it behoves on me to really, because
you enjoy it.
If President Akufo-Addo should be listening to this program, Gabi, who's my big friend, and other NPP stalwarts are listening to this, and you make this scandalous allegation, and I'm not able to correct it, don't you think they will indict me?
No, what makes it scandalous?
No, very good. I am telling you,
under normal circumstance, that information which is now a public document, it's up to him.
You said
to debunk it.
Yes, take your time. That's what the Gabi is not here. It is something that came on social media. We don't want to trust anything that comes.
No, I'm not saying.
Yes, I get you.
I'm in support. Yes, or I'm endorsing it 100%.
No, I have to.
What I'm trying to say is, it's up to him to clarify.
No, take your. Gabi is not here. I am here. I am trying to tell you that what I hold here also. Just listen to me.
Yeah, I'm listening.
I have people whose name is on Ghana's voters register, and at the same time, they have found their names in Togo voters register, have we been able to ascertain and prove beyond reasonable doubt that Gabby's name is on UK voter register? This is what we should be able to. Latif, you understand?
No,
they are only making unsubstantiated allegations.
No, but as a stakeholder,
let me even tell you
has
this.
to
No,
speak out.
No, Latif, you see, sometimes we assume that all what is going on, Gabby is also hearing.
No,
it might even happen that
he's not aware.
It could happen.
Okay, let's give him the benefit of the doubt.
Exactly.
Exactly. So let me quickly throw in this question. According to the deputy Attorney General Godfred Odami,
okay,
he was asking why did the NDC send the case to court? Because when you read Article 11, Clause 7, it states categorically, Parliament has the right to accept or reject the CI. So I think, first of all, it was sent into Parliament. So if Parliament accepted, was it right also for NDC to send the case to court?
No, they have the constitutional mandate to do that.
No, but the point is, that's what I'm saying. There's an article, Article 11, Clause 7.
Yes, these are
that
two.
States,
Also, these are two separate issues.
Okay.
The CI, the constitutional instrument that was laid to Parliament regarding the new voter register. Parliament has to assent to that. You understand? When Parliament assent to that, it takes within a period of time
21 days
to mature.
Yes.
That one, it has nothing to do with the court or the
court,
NDC.
yes.
No, the NDC have gone to court on 3 major issues.
Okay.
One, to pray for the court to allow the EC to take into consideration the old voter ID card as one of the ingredients that an individual should produce before registration is taking place. You see, gradually NDC is changing its stand. Initially, they were teaching Yampini. One, they only call court in it. But they said, Asama only call court. And they said, they are gradually softening their stand. Now that if you say election voter register, new voter register should not be conducted, compiled. Now you've taken something to court, giving recommendation about some of the items that should be included. EC.
Yeah, I think let me check. Also, I think from day one.
So Latif, let me add this to it so you can combine the two. So I think the NDC, they just prefer the mop-up. Okay, they prefer the mop-up of the red than the complete registration, because they complain about what procuring is about the cost. And also the cost, money and life. And also then I'll quickly chip in this also. By December election, we're definitely going to have an election.
Yes.
So that one also is going to be the same. So how do you argue on these 3 points, if you can combine the 3 and epitomize or summarize it?
On that very issue, from day one, NDC's position has been one of the reasons why they were not in support of the new voter register was that they felt most people were going to be disenfranchised on condition that you needed a passport and
birth cert.
No, not birth cert. Passport,
Ghana card.
Either passport or Ghana card. They felt most people were not having the both or either. So most people to them were going to be disenfranchised. So deciding not to subscribe to the idea of a new voter register was based on those concerns. That is why if you look at the new issue concerning the courts that they've gone to seek for redress, they are pushing for the EC to accept voter cards or people that are earlier unregistered and have the cards as proof of citizenship to be accepted to duly vote or duly register. I think based on that, they only have issue with even a new voter register.
So Latif, let me quickly jump in also so I can just continue. But I think, is it Article 45? Article 45 or Article 65, it also empowers the EC to update the registry.
Right. That's what they are calling for. Let's at least upgrade it instead of doing something completely new.
So you know what? Let's just be realistic. If the EC is saying we can use 6 months to do a new registration, why don't we give them the benefit of the doubt as a citizen for the sake of peace? Okay, I'm telling you, I can do something within short stipulated time. and you are saying I can't do it due to the circumstances surrounding it. Okay, so if they can do it, why don't we just give them the chance so that they become an independent body for the entire country, for peace to prevail? Because remember, Ghana is a beacon of peace. Anywhere you go, people talk about Ghana.
Also, yeah,
so you can quickly summarize that.
Also, yeah, concerning what you just said, I think from the look of things, NDC's position has now been, is now open to even a new voter register, but on condition that people who were already holding voter ID card should be accepted or included. I think they now making a more sense to me.
So now
it's up to the EC
exactly
to either welcome or not to welcome
now,
that idea.
if you fail
at the end of the day, the EC has the mandate or authority to decide what is right for Ghanaians.
Yeah,
and to some extent, once that decision is made, as law-abiding citizens, we'll just have to adhere and hope for the best. We cannot dictate to the EC what to do. We are only airing our views as to what we think is right.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, if EC conducts election and there's issues after elections, who is going to be held accountable? The EC.
There wouldn't be any.
No. Assuming
yes,
there's a possibility, just as we experienced in 2012.
Nobody
expected the issue of court hearing. So if something similar happens, who is to be blamed? The EC. So I will appeal to EC and other stakeholders to calm down. EC should also listen to other concerns, that is to include the old voter ID card, so that people can present that as ways of indicating they are Ghanaian citizens. Assuming you ask me to present 2 guarantors, as EC is suggesting, what if I do connive with someone and fake that I'm a Ghanaian, which is possible? It is.
Okay. So Latif, so let's quickly also move on to this. I think this is all very important. Do you think, say, we can have election? Because according to Article 66(1) and Article 66(3), election must definitely take place.
Yeah.
And I listened to Dr. John Amoesi. I listened to NPP man Kojo Opon Nkrumah and NDC Alex Segbefian. You know, I listened to them. And Latif, just to begin with this, and from there I'll quickly jump on to Honorable Mazu.
Yeah. So as to
definitely
we
must hold elections.
Definitely elections will be held.
Article 66(3).
Yeah, definitely elections will be held, because there's no we don't have the constitutional provision regarding what happens in such scenarios as to how it should be handled. So by all means, elections have to be held. As to whether we could have a credible register, it's up to the EC and its technicians to tell us. We are only raising caution based on the pandemic and the sort of restrictions that comes with the pandemic. But if EC, all things being equal, can produce a credible register at this crucial moment, we can't question that. But at the end of the day, we are calling on the EC not to disenfranchise most people, because disenfranchising someone is not the right thing based on law. The moment you start to say, oh, this person, that person is not a Ghanaian, what are you trying to say? Indirectly, you're beating the war drums that you are questioning others for not beating or from beating. So, in a nutshell, just as we keep saying, EC should be allowed to do the job. EC too must have a listening ear to make sure other views are welcomed, if possible, implemented for the betterment of the whole country, not just for a given party, in order not for the other one to feel that, oh, EC is in support with this very party. That is why the EC is towing this line. That is what I have to say concerning all this brouhaha.
Honorable Mazu.
Okay, first of all, before I even go into the possibility of holding election or not, let me quickly just go into this. We talk about the argument of the NDC reference to the voters ID card. One has to do with cost, 2, time constraint, and then the 3, they talking about what did I write here?
Loss of Loss of life.
Loss of life
Because of the COVID-19.
You know, these are all untenable arguments. These are arguments that are considered as malnourished. Once you have subscribed to the principles of democracy, you should know that democracy is very expensive. Wherever the money is coming from, definitely the money will come for us to have whatever we're talking about. Well, I am of the opinion that if things become chinchina, you understand, what the NDC is calling for instance, the use of the previous ID card, it should be included. You don't have to run from IPAC meetings. Sit down, do job, rather than war, rather than beating war drums. It doesn't send us anywhere. Because if you try to make the thing to look as if Ghana is going to burn, if we don't have that is not the way forward. We can also be very intransigent in our position. The EC can be very intransigent in her position, and the commission, and then they will do it. There's nothing that will happen. Today, when you read Bernard Mona, you remember, as we speak now, he has been invited by the CID. Threat issuing out a very dangerous statement. That is not the way to go. Now, coming back to the possibility of us holding election or not, that shouldn't even come at all. Mr. Osoja, that question shouldn't even emerge. Because whatever the situation be, election 2020 is a foregone conclusion. It must happen. Article 61 down to Article 63 of the Constitution talks about tenure of office of president and parliamentary, the number of years that they have to do it, and within that particular year, parliament or presidential office has to be dissolved. So there's no way. Unfortunately for us, we have a president who is a constitutional savvy. He is a constitutional lawyer. He made it very clear that he is not willing to extend 1 hour into his presidency when his term of office expires. He's not ready to do that. So for us, I believe that election 2020 is going to happen. The Constitution of Ghana is very ambivalent about emergency. It has not created a situation where there's an emergency. But you see, we learn from other countries. Last week I was telling you the number of nations that has gone through election within this period of COVID-19. Mali, our next door neighbor, they are into election. South Korea have gone into election. Burundi is yet to go. A lot of countries are. COVID-19 is not a viable reason for us to postpone our election. When we postpone the election, who is going to take charge? Fortunately for us, the Electoral Commission has spelled out certain safety mechanisms that an individual voter or an individual who is coming to the ballot box should observe. One, compulsory use of face and nose mask.
Yeah.
After you cast your vote or after you get registered, they will give you a liquid soap. After that, you will have to observe social distancing, certain meters that you don't need to. Then, when you come closer to even the registration center, they will point a temperature gun. When that temperature gun is pointed out, you take the temperature. You know the symptoms of COVID is high temperature. If your temperature is a certain degree, for instance 38, 39, around 40, you become a suspect. They will isolate you, make sure that you don't get infested. So for me, and even for the NDC, I have not heard any NDC man arguing to the contrary that election cannot be held. What the NDC is arguing is for whether election 2020 should be done with new voter register or not. That one, I understand their position. But one may ask this multi-million question: why is NDC holding on to that discredited voter register? It is a voter register that they have compiled. So, also, there's something fishy in that.
Okay.
There's something fishy in that. Why are they holding into that?
Honorable Mazu,
yes.
I don't think there's anything fishy with that. We should rather be looking at it from this angle.
What angle?
That is NPP insisting for an entirely new register. They might even be having an agenda concerning the new register.
Far better than the NDC.
Yeah, why?
Okay.
Because the same register that NDC is insisting to be used with so-called people who are not even citizens of Ghana, who are supporters of NDC. The same people were even lured to vote for NPP, and NPP came to power with the same register.
Let me tell you,
so
you see,
as to whether NDC has something fishy about it,
I don't think you are not too comfortable with that. I am telling you on authority.
Hold on 1 second, please. Hold on 1 second. Hello.
Yes. Hello.
Yes. May I know where you're calling from? And your quick contribution, sir. Your name and where you're calling from. Hello.
Yes. Hello. Yes. Yes. Where are you calling from?
Yeah. Yeah. Your contribution.
I'm calling from Virginia. And I'll enjoy your argument. I don't have much to say, but I think the only thing I have to say is the NPP fellow. I get his argument, but I don't think the EC. I think we keep looking at the EC as a party, but the EC is not a party. The EC is an individual. It's an entity. So if the AC is taking an action, whether it was the time of NDC or the time of NPP, it doesn't matter. The EC is doing what they can do, like you said, to foster a good election. So the EC is saying that they need to have a biometric system that is effective because their bloated system now is not a good option to an election. What I would think the argument from the opposition party should be is to give us the facts why it shouldn't happen. But saying that there isn't time, or I don't see any excuse that makes sense to me. Because the EC is saying that they have the capabilities to execute what we're asking them to do. What we ask them to do is to hold an effective election. And they say we need this to do an effective election. I don't see the argument there. The fellow from CPP made an argument earlier where he mentioned about, I forgot what he said, but which one do you prefer? To have an effective election with a good voter register, or to have a bogus election that people will go and campaign and cause chaos? I mean, so I think the option is the EC capable. The EC is saying even with this register, they are saving more money than they've ever done. So I think we should talk about why it's not, they can't do it. But they say they can't do it. Let's give them the benefit of the doubt to get the country a good. They are saying it's biometric system that would work. But we can't anticipate, they're going to say they're going to trust somebody because they're not a citizen. They've not said they're going to throw anybody off because they're not a citizen. So why are we throwing all that dust into the environment? You know? So let's rather help them. Let's bring out the points that we think they can take to come up with a good voter register, rather than throwing all dust into it. Because there's so much talk about things that are being anticipated, which are not really, I mean, it's just people's imagination more than what the EC is actually saying they're going to do. Anyway, thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Robert, and I'm calling from all the way from Virginia. We are very proud of you.
We are proud of
thank you for your input. Yeah, it's about Ghana. And also, when you go on Facebook, comment, someone just send a message and says, the only party you can trust for Ghana's development is the NPP party.
Thank you.
They think about its citizens.
Thank you.
And it's not. But the point is, you can be like this from party line. That's one thing.
Oh yes, I mean.
And there's another person.
You don't expect any caller to
Mr. Frederick Opoku says, "Let us speak to power and stop." I don't want to use that word.
Okay. No.
Osafo is still in government. There are a lot of messages. It's on and on and on again.
Like I was telling you, see that the person who has called from Virginia is actually reasoning with the points that we are making. The argument of the NDC is constructed on a very weak foundation. The issue of cost, the issue of timing, I mean, beating war drums, these are neither here nor there. I told you last week during Atta Mills, getting to 2012 general election, we were left with only 5 months when Afarijan compiled or went on the voter register. Now, NPP collaborated, give them their blessing. When we call for biometric registration, we give the NDC our blessing. We were availing ourselves in IPAD meeting. These are what I want the NDC, our cousins, to be doing. Don't be absent in boycotting IPAD meeting. It's not going to help your matter. Now, after things have become undoable, you have now resulted into the law court. The court is going to throw their case out of the law, out of the court, because their foundation on which they are constructing, the foundation in which they are constructing their argument is so malnourished. Now, coming back to what I was telling you before the caller came in. Latif, we were talking about the NDC will definitely say
subscribe to the new voter
register.
Yes, yeah, definitely. They are not subscribing to it. I ask you a rhetorical question. Why are they holding on to the old voter register? And Latif is telling me that they are NDC is suspicious. He thinks that the NDC will have even legitimate reason to suspect the changing of the entire voter register. No, we are coming out with. I told you, we are known for improving the electoral system.
But
the
also,
NDC
but I think there's one thing that you have to understand.
Okay, tell me.
Let's take, like practical example,
okay,
like 2 football teams. Definitely, I'm training hard to be able to outwit my opponent. It's vice versa. So now I think the NDC, they cannot really come out vividly to talk about this, but I think they're saying like, okay, if the new system is created, there's the probability. I'm using the word probability, yes, that the software can be changed in order to favor
the sitting president.
The sitting president. Because it's been happening. Listen, let's be realistic. It's like we've been going back and forth. In 2016, what President Mahama was saying and what current President Akufo was saying is the same opposite this way.
Akufo-Addo has never spoken on this issue.
Oh no, I understand. No, yes. I'm just making.
No, take your no.
I mean,
don't even go to that. There's a vast difference between an experienced president and an incompetent president. Asami Baye, what is it, Nana?
But the point is, you can never use the word incompetent because you don't have any criteria to measure who is incompetent.
Should I define an incompetent person?
Listen,
no. You said I don't have the criteria. I have a lot, plethora of criteria.
I understand you, but
to tell you that President John Dramani Mahama, he's a super incompetent person.
Okay. The same thing, and I say, Latif so can. I have my right.
No, I don't begrudge with you. You are rather telling me I don't have any concrete evidence to tell you that
say, oh, a piece of paper here, won't talk about it. Me copy then me somebody go to me say I have copies here. Anything that you need.
Copies there, honey.
Me better say
incompetent copies nada.
No, say like share program. And as share programs are, sometimes say, oh, assembly awoka, nasa proof no one. Nice be we can show
proof of incompetence. They say any paper.
So now you know what? Now let's go back to today's show. Our listeners, we appreciate you. We love you so much. Keep watching Edinkra Radio. Follow on Facebook and kindly subscribe.
Okay.
We are building Edinkra Radio. Krabeshe. Back to the point. And then
okay.
You're best summarizing it. What is the vision of NPP? What are the achievements of NPP? And why do you think people should vote for NPP? Intimate Abdul Latif. The question be if we say enter women. You bet to start questioning the amount. Then you answer because you're saying it's here for our listeners and they want them to get a clear, vivid picture about our country, Ghana, and what the country is doing. Into the boys in your court.
Yeah, this is a very big topic. Will be here. One, you're talking about the vision of the NPP. When you talk about the vision of a political party, it is captured in one single document.
Hello. Hello.
I have a contribution. Yeah, I have a contribution.
Okay. Your name, please.
My name is Kofi Addison.
Okay, Kofi. So 2 minutes. Are you calling from the Bronx, right?
Yeah, I'm calling from the Bronx.
Okay, Mbacho, go ahead.
Okay, I say I want to say, Honorable Mazu, no, President Mama, you're incompetent, right? Okay, President, we see hospital, we see schools, we see airport. Now we find incompetent. We be on your fee. Sir President, no, almost referencing.
Koso.
Ena or second or sanka say obi oye Ghana ni obi mo fi Togo omo nya Ghana fo also that who say you will be more military ye Togolese parents, some of the parents from Togo obi see from Ghana are almost serving as military men and or policemen in our service in also be for say we are aware of that. It's also be from saying.
But where we?
I come last question. Gabi Ochidako, our British passport and also our Ghana passport. Also again.
Honorable Mazu, this one I will leave it for you so that I think it's straight to you.
Matthias,
Okay.
Kofi, I thank you so much for calling. I know at the end of the program, you're about to or sharp. Yes, coming back from the first issue about me describing President John Dramani Mahama as an incompetent president, it is not me who is saying John Dramani Mahama is an incompetent person. It is not me who is saying. Every single action and inaction of ex-President Mahama epitomizes incompetency. Let me give you 3 or 4 examples why I describe him as an incompetent person. Any competent president, listen, what hear me? Very good.
Yeah.
Any competent president will avail the least opportunity that he has. One, when the Dagbon issue started, out of the 3 eminent chiefs are former President John Ajakun Kufuor Institute here. 1, Nairi. 2, Yagbamura. 3, Ashanti Hine. Out of these 3 chiefs, there were 2 chiefs are Omiye Ntafo. Nairi and Yagbamura. And with Yagbamura, that is the king of Gonja land, whom John Mahama is his subject. He couldn't utilize this very opportunity in order to bring peace among the Abudu and Andani. You want me to describe him as a competent person? Any competent person will utilize that opportunity. Out of the 3 eminent chiefs, who are Nipa 2 are strong. When Timmy catch your Asambia Kra, you can use your own language, speak to them, convince them the need for you to resolve the issue of Dagba. He couldn't do that. We were able to do it only 2 years when we came into office. Number 2, to explain why John Dramani Mahama is an incompetent person. Listen to me also, that is a one for me. Very good. Number 2 issue, Nise.
Yeah, also, I think I would like to chip in.
Okay.
My draw my senior brother attention. If I say former president, with all due respect, at some stage you're using the word incompetent. But concerning this issue of Dagbon, I think the whole issue was in transition. Right from the days of former President Ajakun Kufuor to former President Mills to former President Mahama to this current administration. So to take credit for you to look say this sitting administration, I think we've not been fair to all the former presidents. It's been an issue that has been taking place. Or it's been in the process. Did
we have a time frame that by the end of so and so year that issue need resolvable?
The idea of the time, the idea of the time frame had to come because people at some point in time were just.
You don't have leadership skills.
No. People are saying, no, this issue has been there since 2001.
Let me tell you this. Brother Latif, he doesn't have what it takes. Even President Kufuor didn't have what it takes to bring peace. President Mills didn't have the wherewithal to bring peace to Gabon. Likewise, incompetent Muhammad didn't have any way. When President Akufo-Addo, listen to me. Let me make a point for it.
Okay.
When Akufo-Addo went to Yendi to campaign, I was with him. When he went to Yendi to campaign, and the son of the late Yana questioned him about that, Wakachado said, by the term of his office as a president, this is what Akufo-Addo said. That is a leadership.
A question maybe I already said. Before time, he couldn't do it.
He couldn't do it.
Right?
Then at that understand he couldn't do it.
See, and among them, you are not tagging them as being incompetent. Listen, let's be fair and
that's
let's
a very good question.
My question is, Ufi said, Kufuor by one to me and so.
In this context, Kufuor is super incompetent. In this context, Apex is super incompetent.
Once they say the party is not incompetent.
No, you are trying to.
Then the virus is all across.
Yeah.
Kufuor. In this context, he was super incompetent. Mills was super incompetent. John Mahama was double incompetence. And Sana, number two, make Kachel said, John, Masa Wambua, Tio. This was a son of Yagbambura, a son of Gonja land. The people of Gonja land, now Savannah region, under the leadership of Nuruddin Jawula, led a delegation in the name of the Yagbambura to the then John Mahama as a vice president. Omuko pleading man said, this issue of looking for region, yes, when your father John Mahama father was the regional minister, E.A. Mahama. We were looking for region. Gonje for your Maya region. When your dad was the regional minister, we couldn't succeed. Wouldn't be Tama ne papa regional minister. CPP Latif Montamu.
That's in the CPP's era, yeah.
What year?
Yeah, me too, yeah.
That was between 1957 up to 1966. He was a former minister for Agri, and then they transferred him to Northern region to head Northern Ghana. One time, yeah. Enti omu kon in chen akopano chow. Akachomu say, you have ever, I mean,
you have the mandate.
You have the mandate, as it were, for lack of better use, a word, to create a region for us. When he was a vice president, he couldn't do it. Fortunately, he became an accidental president. By virtue of the death of the president, John became an accidental president for some number of years, months. Almost in China. He couldn't do it. Then he became an automatic president by default. 2012. And to a president, Gonja King Latif, they left Gonja land, went to him at the castle, went to him, pleaded he couldn't give them region. Nana Akufo-Addo, you're talking about a vision of a political party. We made it. We said it in our constitution. Let me start to say a vision of every political party is captured in one single document called manifesto. In our manifesto, we promise to give the people of Ghana 6 regions.
Let me quickly chip in this so that you can continue, because the whole platform is for you.
No problem.
International, I think messages are being received from Facebook and Omo can say like the NPP Omo follow like the NDC achievement at NDC that's what if I'm saying NPP is riding on. Practical example is for now why is government doing roads now? Say it's about 6 months to election. They say like roads year. Like when you go to the various military barracks, garrisons, like I think the vice president Okati saw that they are coming to do all the roads. It's left with 6 months. And so what also hospital where University of Ghana Legon Hospital was commissioned, I think, because of the COVID-19.
Yeah.
and the Ridge Hospital. It's also.
I'm not getting. You said we are doing the achievement of NDC.
No, the Uncle can say. According to message examination, say, your mama, and say, I'm not fast. Modia.
So,
it's a practical example.
Rosa, say I build the Kati Sodo. You said Kati Sodo.
Me better say. Into battle. Because because when Munda ho, me better say. See, NPP are starting a year roads, almost a year of road, and with 6 months to election.
Okay.
Is it like like propaganda now?
Propaganda.
I don't know question about this side.
Okay.
And
That's
what I say. Hospital so miensa and me people didn't say like when you look at the University of Ghana Legon Hospital, no. Now share the Ridge Hospital. Now so share Maritime, if I say hospital, no, which has oxygen plants. FIFA for Crampo can say come back by your money be near there or they have like what is called helipad.
What is the caller or the writer? What is the
problem? I say, NDC, no, you using the word incompetent for your friend is but
first of all, young issue of the road. I may catch us every visionary political party has an agenda, and the agenda of such political party with you.
Yeah, with you.
Cannot be stampeded by mere beating war drums. Yeah, we wouldn't allow anybody to stampede. The timetable, let me learn first. The timetable for rolling out our projects, we're beyond a timetable. And this a year, within our first year, you're implementing free education. Second year, we did NAPCO, gave over 350,000 people employment. Next a third year, you call rules and what's your problem? Number two, this same seat. When I was telling you about the bane of our problem as Ghanaians. So we also the way a president, we are now projects are we here, me to us. What's a problem?
Yeah, problem.
So,
yeah.
And University of Ghana Medical School, hospital.
Yeah.
And Gino.
Oh, there be.
Gino.
The only concern is
the use of the word incompetent.
The only concern is once you classified former president Mahama as incompetent and you are making good use of on investment.
Oh, then you
no, contradiction.
No. There hasn't been a president ever in the history of the world.
No, it is well understood.
Very good. We can have somebody today.
Who's a questionable incompetent?
Not Latif. Will the whole world will pay incompetent person also that? The whole world will pay incompetent person also that. Let's say you to abandon also the winning president. Also that with his incompetence, he can roll out prominent policies.
Oh my God!
Make a show. There are indicators. And when I make a show, I will give you 3 areas. Make a say, John. Our president, former president John Dramani Mahama, there are areas that he has done perfectly well. And even Akufo-Addo, President Akufo-Addo can tell you that when it comes to infrastructure, John has done very well.
Yeah.
Kofi, listen to me.
I'm really happy, sir.
Yeah.
That
when it comes to infrastructure facilities, John has done marvelously well. And I can poo-poo why he has been able to succeed in that nature. So we read the procurement law.
Yeah, procurement law.
So we read a chunk of corruption and this projects they inflated the cost of the projects. Look at the Terminal 3, for instance. The amount of money that we paid, we're not supposed to pay that. Look at Kumasi Airport. Almost double and John, he's a very crafty and cunning, very an intelligent corruption person. And then Wako investi scanu nana ubaye. He has killed all the businesses of top NDC men to the advantage of his brother Ibrahim. John, no. It is the fact that he's an incompetent person.
I think that
doesn't mean that.
But I think hearsay. He said because when we talk about Ghana, say here say while give behind their man Ninuya and Pacho Biba.
Yeah, we are NDC. We are NDC. Meet him dada. Auntie, my samba coffee aka asabi tie mami jawa asabi tie de kan. Coffee what say? So Gabi wakuta British passport and then Ghana passport.
Yeah.
And no the sign up over catch yourself honestly here say and I say
oh no say the court the voice is your court.
It's asking you to justify
that.
Now let it be here no because initially you were saying Gabi has this. But is it also a hearsay or with?
Oh yeah, to me, the Gabi that I know, who is a social media guru, by now, no, either say a tweet be beba and a Facebook post.
And I think that's somewhere in a long time,
and it's becoming
a subject of discussion. Ghana, we were talking about this issue. It's in a social media.
Yeah, it's been there. It's a Nipa no say yes and
it should have just come out.
At least
come out
a release.
Because I mean, the Mobia now standing for position in Ghana.
You see,
but
there was this issue of this.
I know someone who came to denounce his citizenship here, went back to Yekrum, and will do appointment.
Oh yeah, what's the TO?
Oh, it do happen. There was a similar scenario. If an MP in Boku. Now or that contradiction. So at some stage, you know.
This thing also now I will just give a little education about this. We have limitation to the extent at which an individual can hold 2 passports, paying allegiance to double country. Abdramani Sekunde, former MP for Boko, was holding British passport and Ghana passport. Then he came and contested as an MP with the constitution frowns on that. Me, when I was going, Latif is aware, I went and ran for parliamentary seats.
Yeah.
When I was going, the first thing they questioned me so much was about my
citizenship,
my nationality,
allegiance.
Yes, whether I'm a British, a US citizen or Ghana citizen. The very moment I got to university, politics became part of my blood. This is, I'm telling you on authority, this is one of the prominent reasons why up to now I have failed not to even take a passport of US. Because I don't know what will happen to me I'm in politics. I run politics every year. I go and do politics. Government can call me for an appointment, then now get a passport. You can't do it. And we have so many litigants in the system. And to make me, you see this medium, I catch a man for saying, I hold green card and I'm not ready to take a passport. What green card, what passport can do, equally green card can equally do it. So I wouldn't jeopardize my political chance. And the Dramani Sekunde of Boko was prison, sir, because of that. Gabi is not holding any position. Gabi is not running for any political office. The government has not offered him any ministerial appointment for people to scrutinize and see whether he holds Sani Sanu. That's number one. Number two, people who have had the chance to have their name in Ghana register and have their name in Togo register, we were able to fish them out, which has been collaborated by the Electoral Commission of Togo. So if somebody elsewhere feels that what he's saying about Gabi is true, it's just a matter when we are getting to election, foul. He will subject himself. Why are you voting? And throughout, there hasn't been an occasion where people even see that Gabi is even going to cast his vote.
Yeah, so and the only concern is also let me chip in. This has become an issue of concern to most people because Gabi is very pivotal when it comes to claiming say your uncophobia and some factors on vote to Ghana. Yeah. So once you are making your voice to be heard on that line, people will start also to question you.
Then scrutinize him.
Yeah, no, as part of the scrutiny is to bring up his documents as proof. No, but it shouldn't be limited to that level.
Those who allege must prove. You can't allege that you don't have any evidence.
No, I think as part of proving is this information about his passport that is on various social media platforms.
No, it's not.
That is still not enough. That is still not enough. The next line of proving is, at least, like you did mention, You can
very
file
good
a suit.
Challenge him so that that is it. Now also that then let's just forget about Kofi Kono at the strategy BBR. Then coming back to the issue of NPP vision, our achievement and DNA Saka,
And why do you want people to vote for us? I was born to talk and send it to me and wrap up very quickly.
I was telling you that this is a multi-million question. And when we talk of the vision of a political party, is captured in one single document we call manifesto. So every political party has its vision in the manifesto that it sells out to the people. Manifesto is a living document that people use in articulating whatever they want, their intention, should they be given an authority to rule people. So it is that manifesto that brought us into power. So those are some of our visions. One, we made it very clear that should we get the chance to rule the people of Ghana, we are introducing what we call the free basic education. This particular idea is not the creation of NPP. It is something that has been in the Constitution of 1992. Article 42 of the Constitution clearly spell it out. So NPP is rather giving more and more meaning to that constitutional provision. So it's been there from 1992 up to date. Successive leaders or past leaders having thought it twice.
I think the idea was even conceived by Osajifo.
Oh no, he has even done it.
Yeah.
We have a lot of our northern
it was conceived by Osajifo, implemented in the north with the hope of being progressive to be implemented in other regions. So we'll give credit to this very administration for adhering to that constitutional provision.
The free concept of education under the CPP era, when you look at it, it was target to certain region.
Yeah, for some reason.
Exactly.
Yeah, for some, not nationwide.
Very good.
Yeah.
So
many reasons.
we're talking about this very the constitution of the fourth Republican Constitution. We have given meaning into that. Successive government came in, they were not able to do it. But Nana, knowing very well that an economy or a country cannot progress successfully when over 80% of the population are illiterate. At least if we are able to give basic education to people, it is a way of moving forward. Like if you and I also, we are here, there are a lot of work here in the state. The qualification for it is high school, right? Yeah. A lot of people, they are in the system up to the time our retirement.
Yeah.
The basic certification, SSS certification. So until Saudi Ghana, Saudi Nima, Nipa be bre out or mujiska kasiye ewo krumha. They take big money. All the team.
Yeah.
Their highest level of education is high school.
Acquiring a degree here is not an easy.
It's not an easy. So anti say Ghana. Yet degree. Yet says you don't have to joke with it. So it is something that is very very laudable. Anti sir is part of our vision. Yes, I can say. We are going to give each constituency an ambulance. As I speak to you now, Latif, we told the people of Ghana, we delivered it. Each constituency in Ghana has been given each district has been given an ambulance. We told the people of Ghana, when we are able to win the election, if they give us the mandate, we will construct dam in all the 3 northern regions. 1 district, 1 dam under the northern Ghana. Almost all the districts in northern Ghana that are having acute shortage of water during the dry season have been given dam. We told the people of Ghana, when you make mistake and vote for us, we are going to make life very very bearable for you by instituting what we call or disbanding the graduate unemployment association. And I did NAPCO buy. NAPCO was able to absorb more than 100,000 graduates in the system.
I think I need to come in here.
Yeah.
With the issue of NAPCO, it's just like rebranding. That's what I call it. Why am I calling rebranding? We used to have this NYEPD, which is National Youth Employment that was introduced in the days of former President Kufuor and was carried on by successive government. And what we're witnessing today under NAPCO is just the rebranding of that social intervention. So, in as much as I'll give credit that at least there has been an intervention, it's just the old system that has been that has suffered a name change. It's not something that
the National Youth Authority is still in existence, and NAPCO is also running.
The National Youth Authority is still in existence, but this same NAPCO is under that same idea of national youth employment. It's the same stuff. It's not something entirely different. So me, if you sit here and tell me, oh, NAPCO, no, it's the same thing.
Oh, okay.
But once it's a positive thing,
just editor radio.
Okay, I'm going home now to contribute. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So, in as much as we acknowledge the fact that there are certain elements of progress, the very reasons why this very administration were voted for, I think, hasn't been met.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it hasn't been met.
I haven't even. I'm only even telling you.
Yeah, it hasn't been met.
What we have. The vision. I've even not come into the achievement yet.
Okay, so
Latif, you're telling me the very reason that we NPP were voted into power hasn't been met.
Yeah, you know why? One of the reasons why that reason hasn't been met is most of the emphasis had to do with corruption, and as we all know, corruption under this very administration is even unimaginable like it used to be before. Why do you think that the sitting president is now having the accolade or the AKA clearing agent? Because almost every corruption issue that has surfaced, the people involved have been let to go free. So when it comes to fighting corruption, which we used to know or we were told Nana Addo or President Akufo-Addo is incorruptible, this is not what we are seeing. So if we are even going to vote based on corruption alone, I don't think Nana Addo or President Akufo-Addo will even have Ghanaians' mandate. On that side,
oh no, I have no problem when you disagree with me on that target. It's all right. You see, but the fact is that you're dealing with somebody who is a constitutional lawyer. Even look at the allegations. Let me call them allegations first. We made about the corrupt officials of the NDC. If we come to power, how we are going to deal with them. And when Nana took over, it was just last week that they started prosecution, right?
Yeah, the NCA case.
Exactly. We have members of Baba Jamal is on record to have said that we cannot keep on trying people using the media. They can't media so. Sami Jenfi is on record that if we think they have stolen, they swindle Ghanaians, we should jail them. But Latif, let me tell you this. Jifa Bampo, or what is it there?
No,
a former transport minister.
Yeah,
she admitted
that she will be jailed.
She will be jailed.
And I'm even worrying. Why she's still not jailed.
Very good. Let me tell you
that is one of my problems with this very administration. We all supported the change of government at some stage, with the hope that things will going to get better.
You see how I'm building it up. Jifa Atipo, the former minister for transportation under John Dramani Mahama, she went to her constituency and told the constituents that they should not make any attempt to vote for NPP. You know why? She categorically mentioned people who have swindled, who have embezzled state money, and that when NPP wins, they will be going to jail. She mentioned herself. She mentioned Fifi Kwate. She mentions names. But you see, when we won, so you don't have to prosecute people.
So Mazu, so if that's this is what you are saying, then do you believe that, I just have a document here that states that when you talk about corruption, like the mother Ghana country comes number 3. It's a document that I have here, which says, Transparency International, and the non-governmental organization based in Germany, defines corruption as the misuse of public power for private benefit. The organization's most recent version of its corruption perception index also states that the failure to significantly control corruption is fueling a global crisis in democracy. Colombia is perceived to be the most corrupt country in the world, according to the U.S. News 2020 Best Countries Ranking, a characterization of 73 countries based on a survey of more than 20,000 global citizens. In the survey, respondents answered how closely they related each other of the countries to term corruption, the exact meaning of which was left to their own interpretation. The attribute is factored into the best countries ranking for transparency, as well as the best countries to invest in a headquarters headquarter corporation. Colombia, which sees an estimated 14 billion a year in corruption-related costs, experienced a wave of anti-government protests starting at the end of November. A new set of strikes could ensure. It goes on and on and on and on. And the names are here.
Don't worry, I have no problem
with that. Colombia, Mexico, Ghana, Saudi, Brazil, Kenya, Bolivia, Russia.
Also, that is my argument. We all wished or were hoping upon hopes that governance under President Akufo-Addo, issues of corruption were even not going to be in the news at all. But unfortunately, like you just read, what are we seeing? So this is even an indictment on President Akufo-Addo's integrity. That's what I just indicated earlier on. Now, it will be very difficult for President Akufo-Addo himself or his supporters to even mount a political platform and talk about he being incorruptible, like we used to hear. It's unfortunate. The hope that was vested in him, he hasn't lived to that expectation.
So, Jamal, continue on.
Okay.
Yeah. Now you finish with the vision, so it's left with the achievement. Okay. And why do you want Ghanaians to vote for NPP?
Now listen to me. I am going to serialize them item based on item. So my first list of our achievement has to do with the economy. The NPP inherited an economy which was in coma under the administration of the NDC.
Coma, so you revived.
We resuscitated the economy of Ghana.
Resuscitation, yes.
Right? I am not only making an allegation. This particular statement is backed by the funding of the CDD, the Center for Democratic Development. Immediately after the 2016 election, they came out with finding why NDC lost the election. You understand? Number of reasons. Prominent them are what I'm talking about. They lost the election because of their inaptitude, technical incompetent, and bankruptcy. They were not able to manage the economy very well. So when NPP inherited such an economy which needs to be resuscitated, we turned the fortunes of our economy very well. And listen to one of the prominent key members of the NDC, Professor Kwabena Ahoy. He is one of the stalwarts of the NDC. He said they lost the 2016 election because of their poor economic records. Their economy wasn't something that they were proud of. Also, the TME. From Nkrumah to date, from Kwame Nkrumah up to date, we have never had a president who mismanaged the economy than JM. Even under Mills, the economy of Ghana was doing far better than what we have seen under my brother JM. Agriculture grew at 0.0 under the watch of Fifi Kwati when he was a minister in charge of agriculture. Listen, when we inherited this thing, there are certain parameters or indicators. In order to test the robustness of every economy, we have certain indicators or variables that you take into consideration. One, the microeconomic variables and the macroeconomic variables. Under the macroeconomic variable, you take into consideration inflation. What was the inflation rate when NDC was in power? NDC left inflation at 15.4%. Sana omodi jama ye. That's why I told you we inherited a very collapsed economy. When NPP took power, within 2 years, we were able to bring inflation to single digits, 9.1. Under such variables, you take interest rate into consideration. The interest rate under NDC was 61%. Interest rate under NDC, 61%. When NPP took over, we were able, because of the magnanimity and professional competency of our economic management team, headed by no less a person than Wale Adam Smith, we were able to bring interest rate to 16%. Lending rate, these are some of the parameters that an individual use to assess how flamboyant the economy of every country is. Lending rate, you see lending rate, ya woko banka, wudiska, interest na omutuyamao. Under NDC, it was 32%. NPP, with our magnanimity in economics, we were able to bring it to only 27%. And this we see NPP. If you want a party that is aimed at progressing the interest of Ghana, then the right party for you to vote is
also, I would like to change this.
Yeah.
Okay, no
my concern has to do with...
Yeah, 1 second. The phone lines are also open. You can call in at 917-340-7744. The phone lines are still open, so while we're having conversation, you can also call in. Also, but me, our friends also by say I won't contribute to the program now. Young dream on my Ghana. So Ghana be ya ejina wone me so near bet mama Ghana aye if you want to call to contribute, just call 917-340-7744. Yeah, go ahead.
Latif wanted. Let me just finish with the economy so that Latif you can just come in there. I was Anna.
You are not going to forget about it. Until so many 2 minutes, we are not from.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah, because it's what you are presenting, and we have to maybe counter it.
Then if you are countering it, counter within the context of what I spoke about the macroeconomic variables. Okay, so go ahead.
My take has to do with to have made mention of His Excellency the Vice President, Honorable Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, and prior to election, he was always instrumental concerning how the election, the economy was going to be turned around. But at some stage, and the emphasis had to do with the depreciation of the city.
Yeah.
So at some point in time, we were told how the city had been arrested, prosecuted, and then
the key handed over to IGP.
The key handed over to IGP. Also,
okay.
Yes.
Are you aware the last time the IGP handed over the key? Because the city is no longer at Nsawam.
Oh, let me start.
The city is no longer at Nsawam. And we all know the implication. The implication that comes with the depreciation of the city.
Hello. Hello. Hi, this is Edinkra Radio. May I know who is speaking and where you're calling from?
This is James.
Okay, where are you calling from, sir?
I'm from Bronx, New York.
Okay, so please go ahead.
Anyway, I just came. I don't know what was about the program, but I'm trying to find out where you people are now. My program is not my program as such. My suggestion is that we Ghanaians abroad, or let's say those those in New York here, we should concentrate. We should tell the people what is happening here. Sometimes I used to be surprised. People come to America here. Our ministers, our MPs, our presidents, vice, they come to America. They know what is happening, but they don't put it into practice. They come, they watch everything and go back. Most of us know what is happening here. We don't put it in practice. So I wish those who are following blindly, I don't know, I don't belong to any party, I don't have a vote, but they should listen, or they should watch what is happening in Ghana. They should listen to their people in Ghana and vote wisely.
Okay.
That's all I've got now to say. But I'm going to be listening to the program.
Okay.
If I get something again, I'll call.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. James, for calling in. Yes, please, you can go on.
Yeah, so we all know, like I did indicated or I said earlier, concerning the arrest of the city, which was so pivotal or the center of focus, with the hope that once NDC goes out and NPP walks in, the city was going to be on its lowest level as against the the city was going to appreciate against the
dollar.
The
major currency.
I think it's now is it
it's
5
almost
point?
it's almost 6.
It's no, I think it's 5.6.
5.6.
Yeah,
That's why I said it's almost 6. If you are running to the nearest decimal.
But but we're not doing accounting, because I know if you're doing like maybe in taxes or something.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
You can throw it out. Okay.
We least expected the exchange rate was going to be what it is. With all the promise we had concerning we had the men. Let me put it that way. Quotation. We had the men to turn the economy around. Yeah. So if the very men who are in to turn the economy have let the economy left, cannot even handle the economy as expected.
Now you see,
what would be your reaction if you voted on condition that the city was going to appreciate?
You haven't been fair to our vice president at all. When I started telling you,
but why is it that every time he talks something about the vice president, you say he's not being fair? But
no,
when you talk about,
I am here to speak. I am here to speak in favor of the vice
president. But you talk about
JM. I'm not here to speak for JM. Let me tell you that he hasn't been fair to Vice President Bamudu Bawumia.
But seriously, how do you rescue the city against the dollar?
Oh no! Right now, the whole world economy is in shambles. You should understand that. Right? Yes.
So in that case, can you also will you accept the same scenario or the same excuse that the whole economy was as at then, even though there wasn't something like COVID, but there were other related issues also affecting
That's
the
what
world?
I'm telling you. Listen to what I've said earlier on. Latif, I told you we were able to bring inflation down. We were able to bring interest rate down. We were able to bring lending rate down. But because of inaptitude, incompetency, and technical bankrupts, the managers of the economy of Ghana under the NDC took Ghana to IMF. Our IMF going was that there was a slap on public recruitment, public sector recruitment. Ningina Omafrizi.
But me did say IMF on mine say in order say we can support you with money, then you have to freeze.
We ran there. The economic patch because of inaptitude, incompetency.
But what I'm saying, nothing say now they needed the money for infrastructure.
So you have reason why you go for an IMF policy. If your economy is buoyant, you don't need IMF. Currently, we are not under the bondage of IMF because of the magnanimity of our economic management team. But you see, under the NDC, inaptitude, incompetency, and technical bankrupt.
Also, saying currently, they are not. The economy is so strong, saying that they don't even need the IMF.
They're kind of
no.
I didn't say we are not.
We are not.
Yes.
But even though we are not, the economy is not as strong as it's been portrayed. Because if the economy,
I think NPP is also borrowing money more than the
even NDC was doing.
There's a difference between borrowing money and going for IMF.
Oh, okay.
There's different.
Okay.
Totally different.
Into the borrowing money is okay.
No. Any different.
That brings that brings the issue of the President Akufo-Addo indicating that even it wasn't even economically prudent. Let me put it that way, to even borrow, because we were already sitting on money. That is a big contradiction. So once you promise us, you have the money.
Let me tell you. I said it here, I think before Latif even joined us. I said it here. NPP, Bawumia, Akufo-Addo, or any key figure of NPP never said we are not going to borrow money. We were against the irresponsible borrowing of money to invest in Akonfem. We were against irresponsible of money, borrowing money to pay salary to workers. let me continue from where I ended. The result of the NDC going into IMF was that there was a freeze on public sector
recruitment. Yeah.
Between 2013 up to 2016.
I think it even started even in the times of former President Mills.
Immediately, the NPP took over the realms of government under the control of NPP. You know what we did? The economic wizard, Bamya, what the Bibia Boha, no, what the Bia Shaha, no Bibia, prudent management of microeconomic indicators. And yes, IMF more. We got out of IMF. This was because Ghana and a public sector freezing and a BAM. Then we started employing a lot of people. We got out of the IMF bondage. The IMF lifted the ban on the Ghana government lifted the ban on public sector recruitment, and eventually the NPP government, this government, succeeded in employing 350,000 public workers. NPP. And this is a whoop by power. If you want prudent government, this is NPP. Now, meanwhile, the NPP, under the able leadership of J. Kufuor, left a buoyant economy, an economy which was characterized as a middle income economy for President Mills. Ningina on my side, within short period, Anna Omusa year, Maza, between 2013 to 2016, Ghana experienced the worst economic crisis under the leadership of JM. Dumso. 4 years excruciating Dumso. Even under Dumso, John or JM was increasing the prices of electricity commodity. But when we took over, see and listen to what we did. Electricity was increased under NDC by 226%. But immediately MPP took over. Listen to what we did. The net accumulation of electricity was reduced. Electricity tariff was reduced to 6.3%. For residential and for commercial people, they were paying only, we reduced it to 18%. If you are not satisfied about this, what else do you want? In 2019, Ghana economy expanded. You want me to wait here? Yes, Ghana economy expanded, and we became one of the fastest growing economy in the world. Ghana.
Per whose standard?
By the standard of the world. I said, we were in New York here when I even saw it. Bloomberg newspaper, New York Times. These are reputable newspapers. I read it here. Ghana became one of the fastest growing economy. We were able to reduce import duties, which was increased by the then administration.
No, I think on that issue of the import duties, it was even on the issue of the import duties.
Yeah.
This current administration campaign on reducing it.
Yeah, and we did that by 50%.
Before the reduction, it was even increased along the line.
Where?
It was increased.
By what percentage? You can't.
I can't give you the I can't give you the percentage.
I am telling you on authority, we were able to reduce it by 50%. Give me the percentage.
I think what is saying is true.
Yeah, it was increased.
Give me percentage. You speak with facts.
I know.
Not hearsay.
I don't have that percentage.
Okay, so
but it was increased. Seriously, it was increased.
People had to complain before slashing it down.
Yeah, but it's like business. It's because when you see, sometimes when you go to Macy's, right, and they tell you, oh, it's going to be President's Day, we're going to cut it. What they do is, first, they increase the price. Once they increase the price, then later they slash it by a certain percentage. So once you go to, oh, it's 50%, I'm paying $200. But the question becomes, what was the price before?
Yeah.
And you know, when you can psychologically, because politicians sometimes, you know, listen, they can play with your mind.
Oh yeah.
And when I'm not really in disagreement with what you're saying, but the especially can say politicians know they are very crook. They can tell you this, and the next day it's a different story.
Yeah.
Latif, continue, please.
Yeah. So based on say they were able to handle the economy well. No? I do appreciate his submission. Like we say, Ghanaians will be the ultimate decider. All things being equal, if they are comfortable with this administration, they will endorse it. If they are not uncomfortable with this administration,
but I'm happy that you are not disputing all what I'm talking.
Oh yeah, no.
Yes.
The point is,
now,
we are just being real.
Yes,
Just being real people. Yes.
Listen to why the people of Ghana will continue to vote for us and that jobs. Winning. Minunu Awe University of Ghana. Fortunately, you know, I was a teacher before I got into university. So by that it means that I can be employed and can be university and can make twaso. But you see, we have a lot of our colleagues who have completed during the administration of JM between 2013 to 2016. All the graduates of Ghana came together and formed Graduate Unemployment Association of Ghana.
Yeah, I know about that.
Never in the history of the world. Now, who person mean describe us as a competent person? If John doesn't epitomizes incompetency, who else? There was association of graduate unemployment under the NDC. In the history of Ghana, we have never seen that, with the exception of JM. It is JM who came here. This teacher training and nursing training allowances was instituted in Ghana in 1965. The main reason why they brought in the idea of paying amount for our Omuko teacher training college, they wanted to produce more teachers. And to me, secondary school, even though I had the requisite qualification to proceed to university, I didn't go. They told me go to teacher training college. And I never regretted for going. That's that time. That's number one. My brain didn't develop much. Number two, my father wanted to empower me with skills, teaching skills. And to me called teacher training college. And to me called teacher training college 1997. Also, yeah, one day me called teacher training college 1997.
Yeah.
From 1997 no up to date, I'm Midonya Kupon. Mansan discount when Papanche up to now. From 1997, immediately he paid my fee for teacher at Tibobo teacher training college. Because they would allowance na omoji yeji enti mbiti kakra at a point in time I remember when there was something we call accumulated amount and to move vacation now 3 months now now at that time 250 it's like Mrs. Kano I am me packet and the minister remove all the money, put it in front of my heart. Mother told me, what? You are dealing with this money. So the end of this statement is that when John Dramani Mahama took over, yes.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, this is Adinkra Radio.
Can I contribute?
Yeah. Go ahead. You have 2 minutes.
Okay, my name is James.
Yes.
My problem is that whether James Akufo or James Mahama or Akufo-Addo, I just want Ghanaians to know that it is because of hardship of bad governance. That's why we are all over the world. I was surprised. I went to Cambodia in 1992. I met a Ghanaian hustler in Cambodia, Walton area. Hello?
Hello, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. I met a Ghanaian in Cambodia, Walton area, hustling. Okay. Now, the problem is, when I completed school, I came to Tema and went to labor office, registered, and they gave me a labor card.
Yeah, but the top my why? Can you know my why?
Hello?
Yeah.
he said he was not even listening. So
yes, but just summarize it for us under 1 minute, please.
Okay, I will just let you finish, then I will contribute.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Listen to the discussion very well, so that you'll be able to call in and then rather than giving us Cambodia story. In any case, TA also you tell me. NTJ and buyer teacher training allowance ebua ne payi. Wa cancel. Omo catch say, oh JM, listen, this thing has been there since time immemorial. Say, oh, he will cancel it. What Jomo?
I think on this very issue, I used to blame him, and
you used to blame him.
Yeah, I used to blame him. I used to blame him for that. But at some point in time, I had a second thought. And what was the second thought? That policy, was introduced to lure people into training college to become teachers.
Okay.
And some of the concerns that were raised at the time of scrapping it off was that Ghana had more teachers in the system compared to before. Speaking on the economic point of view, I think based on that, he was making sense. But the question is, were those monies going to be reintroduced in other sectors of the economy to jail? That's where I have problem with them. But left to that, once the idea was to lure people to get more teachers, and now based on the figures we have more teachers. The policy had.
Hold on 1 second, please. Hello. Hi. This is Adinka Radio.
Adinka Radio. Me patrol me di yes.
Patrol didn't say.
Kwasi Yesu.
Patrol free Ivan.
Patrol me free Ohio.
Okay, Patrol Koso. Oh, Patrol 2 minutes. Why?
2 minutes. Okay, I just want to summarize everything.
Patrol your boss.
Me pesa me chia with bidwafo a wo ma chia mo any who host no. Sir Majibre na motwatwa adwene se de be ya Ghana yempuntu ebekoso na me kasa as a Ghanaian, not about NPP and NDC.
Boss kasa boss.
Dentia true about the Mahama. Right now, no, the problem is not about Mahama again. The reason why Ghana for yet true about the Mahama and say, yeah, the Ghana said in 79 will no money yet true about the piano. Say the push for the so now, what we Ghanaians, yes, but everything was say, and some are okay, and clear at all, young Ghana, Yasum, Amaya too, about the man, no. We are expecting that. It you say, oh, yeah, president, and nothing of better say, oh, and now maybe we are good for now 4 years, it's the mammy, yes. It's a good who could not see peaceful, not say, oh, Kasatre, a man force you to Abamawa. You have to be truthful.
You have to be truthful.
Because of power and we can send be and we track to Mama, why yes, say Mama, yes, you know, Mama, we're moving a year, we all know it.
Yeah.
That's what voted him out of the power. Now, yet a community shown that. And you know, the behavior, and as somehow who catch me to me, Masuma, oh, per se, as I say, yet to a body time, Mama, my 21 is a Siano. Mama, you don't have to repeat the same mistakes. And this government, you know, why you not from dear free SHS, yes, me bona paso, or you not from dear, but corruption, it just a mama call, you know. I think this government is doing the worst because the Osha Galamsey who send some PDS, who send some right now that I'm talking about. We do have been so going on right now. Into a dinner, especially because of power, you know. As I say, you can't send me my toy as so many 3 years there, and it's not perfect right now. No, your politicians now, and because of Babeke Kasan, because that's your bread. And where you say, you told them how you come and repeat the same thing.
Yes,
it's about the NPP and this, no. I said, with the Ghana, you be diablo. Because you can't tell me, say, 500 excavators have vanished just like that. Young woman, baby, Ceciano, young woman, baby. Excavators no, I was to say. Meanwhile, my mama was in power, no, the same thing. Also, I confirm that woman there, yes, I confirm it to the Kobokina. Come on, like it seems that these people are just playing our mind. I will mean, who confident on person, you know, media, the person me can't see and say, Akufo-Addo baby, Mahama Aba baby. Compare the two. Who could do not what about Ushena say Akufo-Addo, Amamuyo? Just go ahead and vote. That's on your own capacity.
Thank you. That's a very powerful contribution. Very, very independent, powerful contribution, and we really do appreciate you. I don't also almost say Emma Jumedie, Yitime Ede Bremo, Green Opal Properties. Ubenyano www.greenopalproperties.com. A building company. As I'm cast of Musi Dayama, a Jinawa Nijina, a dime there is about the foundation. When you build a house and the foundation is not strong, when the velocity of the wind comes, it blows it off. It will person win see Diane Green Opal. Now yes, a year Beliza Decorations, and also with me from 212-365-0765. If I talk from more, you will Jack Build. Best Builders, Jack Builders. We give you more at www.jackbuild.com. Now about Park Banquet. Park Banquet. Over so when your programs, no yatumu kakra, but when all restriction no ABA is released, and also no a year wedding outdooring because there's a time because of COVID-19 no, me say be more from more because MC Jumano so DJ Jumano ewo ya beye and also no Oko Park Banquet so we from 917-226-2605. Now we show Nyamiche African Market. And so we back to our great guest.
Let me tell you this. I remember call an Abasupa.
Oh yeah.
But
very,
you see,
yeah.
Mami, let me be brutally frank with you. Where I disagree with him is comparing Omunina the same. Yeah, the same. Yeah, introducing free education, Mama. Yeah, Mami, so let me just chronicle some of Adiboni John Dramani Mahama. Dima Ghana. Ye sesi ayekasai. O my Ghana tuya saskano edimano. Tio retirement package. Before he left office, look at what he has designed. The committee he set up to draw his retirement package before he left office. Listen to me, and the listener should also listen to. And this, I tell you, Akufo-Addo wouldn't do that. As I speak to you now, the retirement salary, the amount of money John Mahama is taking right now is 22,809 Ghana cedis. 22,809 Ghana. That is his current salary as we speak now. Within a year, he can go to any part of the world twice a year. Fully founded Ghana money. Fully founded Ghana money twice a year. Healthcare. In any situation where John Dramani falls sick, healthcare, free medical service, Edimano, accommodation John Dramani Mahama as a former vice president. Every single man, Ghana government is paying 9,122 million. 9,122 every single month. That is the accommodation.
Why are you converting some to the old currency and you are converting others into the new currency? Because first of all,
just do it properly. If I do it that way, actually, it's a slip of tongue.
Okay.
Just take it that way. Now, Tio. Vehicle.
Pacho, me what you need. But me want can say for our listeners.
Oh yeah,
Go ahead. Pacho, go ahead. Go ahead.
What vehicles? Car. The man. He is entitled to 2 vehicles with a driver. And change the vehicle every single 4 years. And from 2016 up to 2020 government of Ghana will have to change 2 vehicles to him. Now we are changing 2 vehicles no. One from Ghana. No Sakuta.
Into Bonito for my into the interest of vote to my NPP this year.
Very good. And on the make a economy.
I didn't know say you vote to Emma because
we have created a robust economy for the people of Ghana.
It didn't vote to my
okay. We have created a very robust economy. Every single part of the world.
That's how when you open powers, our robust economy.
What's NPP? Should I say? What is Jai? Yes, I create a very robust economy. What am I repeating? To the people of Ghana. Employ President goes. There are two issues. President Akufo-Addo, 1 year respecting. Every single nation the country highest university wants President Akufo-Addo to come and give a speech. You remember when our former president went to an international ceremony? Speech, Peters Kutakura, they can't and mix here. Me incompetent. Who incompetent kura? Yet you know how I arrange my points clear. You have appeared before an international audience to represent the people of Ghana.
So you think it was a sabotage?
From where? Who?
Answer me beside.
Let me from who? From the team he's working with? Let me tell you this.
It could be made from the opposition. Someone sneak in.
How can opposition be part of his international trip? And in any case, if even it's an if you are going, let me learn first. If you are going to present a speech to any international conference, first of all, you take your time. You read the speech for more than 10 times in order to get very familiarized with this. Even if these particular papers and name in China will be somewhere, I will be able to give you all the statistics.
I think listen, to be honest with you, they will go through and through again, but when it sticks, it's also stick. And remember, we have levels of intelligence. There are people.
John Mahama is very intelligent.
But
intelligent, and one of his hallmark any communication aspect.
Yeah, me too.
John, what you brought up, but you see, the fact that what you brought doesn't rule out.
So who say who say no fa now jai to war? What me say recite here? No, I agree with you. Ebi also know a gifter also no no.
Despite the fact that we are incompetent.
And only say
we don't incompetent.
When say obi jani pam no kasa krampa na ne ho popo na ne yem no. Obi share in a private place over to me. And I'm not disagreeing with you, but those Americans say mistake can happen. Once you ain't in Panama, baby, I no credit near the atu.
The mistake was un-Ghanaian.
Oh,
un-Ghanaian in nature. Ghana President Panoko, international community who now.
Yeah.
Hey,
clear
incompetence.
Me more 5 minutes on now for wrap up now. Yeah, me and mama we know. Because and then the whole program was about NPP.
Yeah,
It was about their vision. It was about their achievement. It's about why they want us to vote for them. And I think we will give credit to Honorable Mazu. He has really presented himself very. We will give it because he shift from party lines to be a neutral person, just viewers or the audience about what is going on in our country, Ghana. I think the credit. 5 minutes now for summarize the punchline and your point say America and your punchline say
I'm very much happy to I'm on this platform once again. My concern has to do with normal or reason emphasis was about former president retirement package, I think it's a systematic failure. That's how I would choose to put it, in the sense that successive governments, since from former President Kufuor, that's when we started having this issue. I don't even know why the issue was on the quiet time now. Former President Rawlings, if we are not an issue of discussion till say former President Kufuor left. So this is the case. Why are we even be blaming the NPP if I hear them talk about those issues about emoluments, you know, we all do remember at some stage there was this issue of former President Mahama putting up a vice president bungalow that was in the cost of 30 million thereabout. I remember the current vice president made a lot of noise about the issue, but the question is, when was the last time you heard the issue being raised again? So does it mean if it's not benefiting you, you don't talk about it? I'm speaking based on national interest line.
Yeah.
Because this issue was a big problem in Ghana.
Which issue was that?
The issue of the construction of a 30 million bungalow for vice president as the resident of the vice president,
yes,
which we thought that was uncalled for. Ghanaians registered their displeasure about it with the hope that there was going to be a review. At some point in time, say don't get here came to say, so it's not 13 million, it's 9 million. Even if it's 9 million,
yeah,
it was still uncalled for per Ghanaian standard. But when was the last time this issue came back? You know, once this issue is being put by the sideline, it means within us, we only criticize when the ball is not in our court.
No, you see, Abdul Latif, you remember...
Or summarize it.
Okay, no problem.
Yes, sorry, sir.
No problem.
So, in the near future, we have to...
But I like your fight.
We have to come into agreement. This is how our former presidents are going to be treated, irrespective of who is. But once we allow the constitution to be set flexible, that I can come in and propose this, then the next minute I go, a new administration comes, question it, like how late President Mills had to question former President Kufuor's package, which was subject to review upon review. Imagine if you had a national interest on how former president is supposed to be treated. I don't think there will even be issue of digging deep into trying to amend it or make it flexible just to amass wealth after all that you had as service to Ghana. This tells us that we have a long way to go, and in moving forward we have to accept Ghana is what we have.
Thank you.
This is what we have to do for the benefit of everyone, irrespective of the class of the person, ethnic background or religious background.
Thank you.
Yes, I do believe that I share this.
Are you copying from? Are you trying to copy from him?
I'm only sharing.
Okay, I'm just asking.
Copying. There are a lot of disagreement.
Okay.
Area of. There are a lot of area of convergence and area of divergence.
A compromise.
So where I disagree with him is that he talks about the bungalow for the vice president, the construction of that bungalow. Yeah. As I speak to you now, Bawumia he's still at his own residence.
No, I'm not saying he's not at his own residence. Yes. What I'm trying to say is, as part of, just as you raised about the issue of pension and emoluments, that was why I brought it up. That it's been a long time that I heard about it.
Yeah, I mean,
as to whether the project is ongoing.
The project is ongoing, but they were able to review. They were able to review the amount. You understand?
So do you have the current figures?
Yeah, it has been reviewed to even 4 million. Yes,
that's fine.
It has been reviewed drastically to 4 million. Now you do remember also when John Mahama was living, he put up an application for that particular resident to become one of the houses they will give it to him.
Sure.
The government rejected it.
Yeah, I'm very much.
Are you wrapping up, boss?
Yes, I'm wrapping up. What I'm trying to tell you is that John Dramani Mahama has really looted the country. Onia Tio. Information Maui. And yes, if an NPP quarters, we won't tell but Latif bet Mahu. If this one is classified from CTF, right?
Yeah.
So Tie Onia say dear. Right now, as a former president of the country, that is the amount of money he takes. And he is entitled to 2 security personnel that are being paid from the coffers of the government. With 4 staff who will be drawing money from the government coffers. These are having saved a country up. Not even president of US will get this.
That is where I said also.
So there's the need for us, Latif, as a country, whenever also just comes to serve as a president, we shouldn't allow you to set up a committee to go into your emolument. There should be a constitutional backing. There should be neutral people who will just look at you, know the standard of Ghana, and then give you what you deserve. You as president, Barack, when he was living, he didn't call up a committee to set up and then look at.
Yeah, those are all loopholes that people take advantage of.
That is why I'm telling you here we have conveyed.
Oh yeah.
And so there are points that needs to be spoken as Ghanaian rather than the ugly partisan bakery. One day but all in all, they say me bompire asasre Ghana for say among to Abano Maya. If they want Ghana to really move forward, they should not truncate the administration of NPP. They should continue to give us the mandate. After Akufo-Addo is gone, we are bringing in Mahmoud Bawumia. And when we bring in Mahmoud Bawumia, that is where he is going to exhibit the clear demonstration of his competence in terms of managing the entire nation. And to Bawumia so over the 8 years. And to Bawumia ko 8 years we are na e na poso aba. Ono so ako 8 years. Na po we 8 years.
Because ekona amudia. Ekona amudia.
Na Joe Gadi.
Oh you are
Joe Gatti ono so aba 8 years. But that time no Mazubeye well positioned enough. No what than me.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I think say the program no the bar area.
But before you even draw the curtain down, talking about the
in fact, 1 second. Wait. Hello.
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 Hello. Can I contribute?
Yeah, we're left with 2 minutes, so I'll give you 1 minute.
Okay.
Yeah, we are just wrapping up, but for the benefit of the doubt, and Edinburgh Radio loves you so much. You have 1 minute, please.
Okay. Can I come in?
Yes, you can come in, please.
I'm James Amateve.
Yes.
Hello, James Amateve.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because it's the volume of his set.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah,
I just want to ask the NDC man if we waited for them for comparison.
Yeah, if you can lower your radio a little bit, yeah, your radio, your TV, you can lower it a little bit. You know, we appreciate you calling in to contribute. Yeah, go ahead, please.
What I want to tell you is that I just want to find out whether we voted for them for comparison, because all what they are saying is they are talking about comparison. We didn't vote for them for that, and you should be sure that NDC will continue.
Yeah, go ahead. Hello.
Yeah.
Okay.
What I'm saying that I want the NDC man to know that look, NPP man to know that we didn't vote for them for comparison. They should stop the comparison and do what they have to do.
The Ghanaians voted them to do.
They should be sure. They should be sure that they will continue ruling forever. Ghana doesn't belong to them. It belongs to all Ghanaians.
Thank you.
It doesn't belong to only NPP.
Thank you.
I was an NPP, but I know that they are lies, so I withdraw from them. So you shouldn't think this will continue to be there.
Oh, okay.
We are fed up with them. They should do what they can do so that to convince voters to vote for them. But they should be sure that after Akufo-Addo, Bawumia is coming, somebody else is coming. No, Ghana doesn't belong to them.
Okay. Yo, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yes, I'm giving 1 minute. You've done already, but let me give you 1 minute. I'm just enjoying the program.
Yes, oh no, I mean that is beauty of democracy. I appreciate the fact that the caller has called in, and unfortunately, he really does not understand what politics is all about. Why am I saying this? I am a communication director of NPP. I'm speaking here. I represent my party. I don't understand whether he wants me to come and praising achievement of the NDC. No, I can't tell you one achievement of the NDC. All what I know is that Ghana, before we came into power, we promised the people of Ghana to introduce what we call industrial model of of industrialization. And under that industrialization,
the footprint of CPP.
that is one.
You have 1 minute.
Yes. Oh no. We're done. Yes. One district, one factory. As I speak to you now, NPP is able to construct almost 58 one district, one factory in Ghana for the benefit of our people. Watermelon factory has been established in Waliwali. As I speak to you now, the German automobile company are present in Ghana. They are producing cars. And if the caller cares to know, if he's going to Ghana, he shouldn't buy car. Go to Ghana, you get German automobile company. As I speak to you now, Nissan company, Japan, they have shown interest to make a huge investment into Ghana industrialization concept. When you come to health sector, today as I speak to you, by June 8th of next month, you remember the president promised to construct 88 district hospital. They are going to commence operating them. We have already secured fund.
Okay, so I think it will be a topic for next week.
No problem. Inshallah, when we are able to assemble here, each district has been given. We are not comparing our records with the NDC. John Mahama, their former president, said, any individual who attempts to compare records of a political party is a recipe to mediocrity. So we are not comparing.
Thank you
so much.
Radio. We have done the Declare Radio. Our listeners, we love you. What I'm of here, you're going to carry this way. Yes, Declare Radio. Anyone adofo ye dwumadie no aba eweye political talk show, the front desk, and nipa mienu a ombe loko omo 18 ne honorable Mazu and honorable Abdul Latif omo church nyoma bi any. Sometimes they speak as independent and sometimes no omo mienu nyina no omoti omo ase. But one thing that we have to know when you talk about corruption is something that you can control to the minimum, but you cannot prevent corruption because you cannot force anyone to stop corruption. It's an individual issue. Then in life, we can also agree and disagree, but with dignity and respect, we come into a compromise. Do maybe na your chromo for no Ghanaian politicians who say sometimes they try to be small gods, and I say, I'm try to say they are kings. Because Sawusha, COVID-19 test, I can't say some of the MPs were saying, oh, they should keep it secret. I didn't tell someone keeping it secret because Sawusha, a friend is saying, Iran deputy health minister, he came out to say, when you talk about Prime Minister Boris Johnson, UK, he came out to say, Prince Charles, there are some of the celebrities, there are some of the actors, Anderson Cooper from CNN, he came out to say
CNN.
Exactly, Como CNN.
Yeah.
Yes, from CNN.
Yeah.
What they do is and nobody try to energize you. It uplifts you. It kind of empowers you.
Also, I understand our politicians.
It means that your politicians, sometimes I think they should go by the rules. Talking about Sam George, the issue, Echo Court, okay. Sam George, the issue, Echo Court. On one case of the issue, court it was and what? An injunction. An injunction, you have 40 days. I said, file the case, no. Instead of him to do follow-up, he didn't do any follow-up. Now, no, court, no, Emma judgment. Emma can say, I think, say, 6,000. Young penny for some better radio, so they shouldn't just talk. They shouldn't just use sugar-coated words. Because the people are listening. And be a blindfold,
Sure.
Oh. Politicians should be neutral. They should think about the people of Ghana. Say they voted them. Into maybe should be normal. Ebe boa oman Ghana. Near parents oman Ghana. Everyone into my pa efra. I'm extreme man so it my baby enjoy. Na me dey say in life, When you fall down, you can choose to remain there, or you can just get up and keep moving. So success is not defined the amount of money in your bank account, but success is defined as the number of times that you failed in something, achieving something, going to school, getting a job that you are not able, but you consistently keep on doing it, keep on pushing until you get there. That is success. And yet in Cry Radio, we pray for everybody and we're empowering each and everyone who is listening to the Cry Radio. Say, don't give up. Keep pushing. Whatever you're doing, say school or person, just keep doing. Say, don't lose hope. COVID-19 by people who have graduated and now they are thinking about sending many. Trust me, just believe in God. And as you believe in God, and also make sure you say you fill the applications. God will always give you. And I will leave you with this. May God keep you. May God bless you. Amen. The Lord shine his face upon you. Until we meet same time next week, we're keeping it for real. It's alias. We love you. Keep following Edinkra Radio. Keep subscribing. Follow us on Facebook. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Do I need to kill it for you?